Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm a little bit early. This is going to be a NBA opening day um, 2-game slate video. The reason this video is so early is because, one, um, I'm new at the YouTube thing, but I've been doing DFS for over 6-7 years. So it is a tricky slate. I wanted to get ahead of it, and I wanted to reach out to as many um, NBA viewers as I can, because you definitely can't use optimizers for a 2-game slate. You're definitely not gonna win. So we're gonna build 2 lineups, one for DraftKings, one for FanDuel. Um, Hopefully it helps you. And if anything needs to be updated on Tuesday, I'll make another video or I'll put it in the chat. But there's no harm in being early on NBA opening day. So with that being said, and on top of that, we were really successful in NBA preseason with all the twists and turns that gave us. And when I say successful, I probably cashed every night. I did cash every night except like one. So um, it's an exciting time. There's money to be made. If you're trying to print money, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. Let's go. We're starting with DraftKings. DraftKings, I don't really see how you fade Curry. This team is gonna come and go with Curry. Curry's got to have a big game. He's a lock for me. Now, being a 2-game slate, it's going to be a stars and scrubs lineup built. Obviously, you can't afford all the stars. Where you're going to win here is picking the right stars. So you'll see. So at shooting guard, we're going to pick up Bruce Brown, and that's only if he starts. We want to make sure he starts. If he doesn't start, he's almost minimum salary, so he should be good either way. But I really don't want to start off the season taking chances. So if he's not starting, we'll revisit this. Joe Harris at small forward, 5,800. No Kyrie, he should get some shots. Can he pay off his price tag? Yes, he can. If he gets hot, you're most likely cashing. Power forward. Power forward is really, it can be tricky. You got James at 9,000. You got Durant at 99, and then you have Giannis at 10K. LeBron has AD and Westbrook. Durant has Harden. Yes, and Giannis has Middleton and Holiday, but defensively, rebounds, I cannot fade Giannis. I cannot fade Giannis when Durant is only $100 cheaper. And Braun, I don't really like fading Braun too, because he's a top 5 fantasy player, but Giannis is the fantasy player. All right, at center, it's looking like they're gonna be starting DeAndre Jordan. If that's the case, at 3,800, that's fine. He could pay this off in a half. He could pay off his salary, 3,800. He could pay that off in a half. So I'm not really too concerned. But we want to make sure he starts. Guard, we're gonna go to Drew Holiday. We're going to Drew Holiday because he can get hot. He gives you stocks. He plays defense. He gives you steals. He gives you assists. He gives you rebounds. He could definitely pay off his price tag. And by picking up Jrue Holiday, it gives me space to pick up Draymond. Now, Draymond by himself is a bum. Draymond with Curry, Curry's number one important to Golden State. Draymond is number two. These guys are two peas in the pod. Draymond's going to give you rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals, a few points, but he will pay off his tag. I'll come close to it. $3,600 left. We're going to go to Golden State's main man off the bench that we've seen all preseason. And if you need a little nudge as to why I'm taking Bjelica, I'll just say last preseason game, he came off the bench. My man took 14 shots. He does not care. He's always been a stat stuffer. I've been following him for years. He gives you blocks, he gives you steals. He's a baller, and he's a bucket getter. His name is Bjelica. Right now, I like this lineup. If the starting lineups go how I think they will, I'm going to stick with this lineup. Anything changes, we'll put it in the chat. Alright. Let's jump to FanDuel. Alright. So now we're out of preseason. Everybody is priced somewhat where they belong. It's not actually perfect, but it's somewhat close. But with that being said, point guard number one, we're picking up Curry. Point guard number two at 4,000, we're gonna pick up Rondo. Being that Kendrick Nunn, THT, who else they had? They had another injury. Well, they're down in the guard department, and Rondo's going to be the first guard off the bench. You know what Rondo could do? That's self-explanatory. First shooting guard is going to be Joe Harris. Joe Harris is severely underpriced, and we'll take it. Joe Harris should not be cheaper than Toscano Anderson, Patty Mills, Bazemore. I know Poole's going to have a bigger role, but that just doesn't make any sense. Actually, Joe Harris is a lot on FanDuel. Jordan Poole, like I just mentioned, with his increased role, 5,000, looks to be starting. We will be taking Jordan Poole. Small forward. At first, I had Durant, but taking LeBron with $300 less, it helped me round off my lineup. So we're going with LeBron at small forward. Next small forward, I don't know why he's a small forward, but we're not going to complain. We're going to take Giannis. If I have to tell you why we took Giannis, you shouldn't be playing NBA DFS. Power forward, we're going to Draymond. Like I said before, Draymond and Curry, two peas in the pod. My next player, 4,400, too cheap. He's going to come off the bench and take shots like there's no tomorrow. Otto Porter. You could either do Porter or you could do Bjelica. But either or. And taking Porter, that leaves me 4,100 to take Aldridge if he starts. You can get to DeAndre Jordan. You can get to Dwight Howard. And if you must, you can swap Porter for Bjelica and pick up Paul Millsap. If I'm gonna play the starting center for New Jersey, because you never know if you pick, let's say you take Claxton and he doesn't start, and they start Aldridge and bring Millsap off the bench. Claxton's not going to get a lot of burn, and guess what? You're going to be feeling burnt. So be wise when it comes to the power forward and the center. Look for the starters. If you try to be cute, you're going to be on the outside looking in. So let's pick up Aldridge and let's call that a day. Usually I do Super Draft. However, Super Draft doesn't have the contest out yet because it's too early. So if you need help with Super Draft, put it in the chat. I'll definitely look into it for you, and I'll tell you the best plays on Super Draft. Because at the end of the day, I want us all to win. Listen, I appreciate your time. If you're new, hit the bell, subscribe, thumbs up, let YouTube know that this content was helpful for you. I promise you we're going to win money this year. And my Instagram and my Twitter are linked. You can go there to see. I post all my winnings there, so you can see how often I cash. I cash almost every day. So if you join us, great. If you don't join us, that's fine also. But whoever's going to be here, we're going to print money. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you all. I'll have a football video for you later, and I'll see you soon. Arrivederci.